Hey guys, this is Danielle, your Celestial Piper, Soldier of the Watch. I'm coming to you guys because my heart is heavy and I'm just really sad on the way the world is right now. And I had already recorded this video and I'm having to do it again. I was just thinking about some things this morning. I was on, and I know that some of you guys probably aren't fond of him, but whatever. I'm using him as an example because I saw so much just hatred and ugliness yesterday on his live show. Jonx, who is now higher vibration, I believe. I went on to support him because I knew that he was going to probably be getting a lot of bad comments. And then, of course, people saying they're praying for him and things like that. I mean, those kind of comments aren't real bad, but the ones that say, like, one person on one of his other videos had put a comment down below that said that he was having a mental PTSD meltdown or whatever. And then on his live last night, I saw somebody put that he was reverting back to his drug days. Come on, really? And then went on to say that they were worried about him and blah, 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 blah. Really? How? You know what the enemy does? The enemy likes to dig up trash on you and keep throwing it in your face. The enemy's all about fear. The enemy's all about guilt. So tell me, where's the love in that? There's none. I'm so frustrated with people. Yet I love them. I just didn't see any love in that at all. You know, Jesus said to love your neighbor as you would love yourself. So those comments, was that a reflection on self? Is that how that person wants to be treated? I do my best. I mean, I fail. I'm human. It happens. But I do my best to be the person that I want to be, which is loving, caring, supportive. Even if I don't agree with somebody. Everybody's truth is their truth. Wonder Woman said, embrace your truth. And there's a lot of things I don't agree with. And I don't agree with everything Jonx is saying. I don't agree with everything people I've talked to on here is saying. I may agree with some things, and I like to find a common place with people. Even with the Bible, you could have 10 people read the same scripture or read maybe a chapter, and those 10 people are going to have a different, it may be similar, but they're going to have a different idea of that scripture or impression of that scripture. It's going to speak to them differently. Does that make, you know, all the other people out of the 10 wrong because it doesn't fit with yours? No. I'll tell you what, I can look at a scripture 5 times and 5 times is different. It may be the same as far as context goes, but how it speaks to me is going to be completely different. I'm weary, guys. I'm tired and I'm weary. Now I'm feeling much better, which is great, as far as fibromyalgia and everything's going, but emotionally I'm weary. I'm weary because of the judgmental things people say to each other. I'm weary because we're so divided. I'm wary because when people can't understand something, they right away either have to attack you or start throwing things at you saying that what you're doing is wrong, what you're doing is against the Bible, or what you're doing is this and that. And I'm not necessarily speaking about me in general. I'm just speaking about people, like things that I see. Guys, things are so much bigger than what you put in a box. We're so much greater than what we've been told that we are. We are so much more powerful than we've been told in what we are. My papa's not fear. My papa's not condemnation. He's not guilt. He's none of those. I don't know about your God, but that's not how mine operates. There's no condemnation to those who are in Christ. Also, God doesn't give a spirit of fear. He gives power, love, and sound mind, and I was not seeing any of that. I was seeing lots of fear. You're going to hell. You're this, you're that. And guess what? I'm not operating that way. I choose not to operate that way. I want to shine my light before men, and that's what I'm going to do. And that way it points them to the Father. I'm done with this fear-based, guilt-based crap, because that's what it is. There's a quote today I heard from Sadhguru, and I might mess it up a little bit. Hopefully I'll get the gist. But it says, you know what, here, let me, because I know I'll mess it up. The moment that we think we are good, we are entitled to attack the bad, or what we think is bad, what we choose to think is bad. I saw a lot of that last night. And what I can't stand is if somebody has a different truth than somebody else, because it doesn't line up with theirs, right away you're wrong, and then they just are argumentative. And I don't see love in that. I had a back and forth with somebody, and I just came to a point. I was like, look, you know, I've discussed my end. You can choose to agree or disagree, but I'm stopping this because I'm not being baited into an argument. And I put a heart on it, you know, totally in love, saying that. It's like you choose what you want to believe, and I'll choose what I want to believe. But I'm not going to be browbeated and guilted and all this other stuff. And I'm not going to watch somebody I care about going through the same thing. We have enough division, guys, in this world that's created by the elite. So why don't we be the solution and not the problem? A house divided will not stand. And we're divided by race. We're divided by religion. We're divided by government. We're divided by so many things. Jesus said to love your neighbor as yourself. He said to love God with all your heart, soul, and mind. If we could do those things, everything else would fall in line. If we could live in love, and whether you agree with a person or not, whether you think their soul is going to go to hell because it doesn't line up with your beliefs, can you just love on the person? All you can do is share what you believe is true, and it's up to them whether they agree or not agree. The movement that Jesus had with his apostles, they called it the way. It wasn't called Christianity. Christianity was made by the Romans, including the Bible. They took writings and pulled them all together. You've seen a video of mine that's done that. 350 years after Jesus was crucified. $350. Even Paul was like 70 years after Christ was crucified. A majority of the New Testament is his writings. They threw the books on the table, guys. Constantine and these religious leaders. And what stayed on the table got put in the Bible. And what fell off the table didn't go in. You're browbeating people with this material. I'm not saying there's no truth in it. I'm just saying research before you start browbeating people. Because that's what I was seeing poor John go through. Now, he was handling it great, but I'm a protective person and I care. And I don't like seeing people being treated that way. I'm tired of it. Really am. The elite has done a great job of confusing things, of manipulating everything, guys, to control the masses and to divide. How about instead of us attacking each other, we do the opposite of what they expect and be the change we want to see in the world. All right, guys, I love you all. I want to let you know that I start vacation tomorrow, and I will probably not be on. Maybe I'll do a couple little videos here and there. We'll see. But my vacation will be done next Sunday, so you may not see anything from me, and don't want you guys to be worried. I love you all, and yeah, that's all. So, peace out, my friends. This is Danielle, your Celestial Piper, Soldier of the Watch. Be the change you want to see in this world.